Have you ever seen a man who breaks into homes, not to steal, but to live silently, like a ghost, fixing broken things and leaving without a trace? This is 3 Iron, a haunting Korean film where silence says more than words ever could. The movie begins with a young man, Tae-suk, riding his motorcycle through the streets of Seoul. He's not heading home. He doesn't have one. Instead, he tapes real estate flyers to doors across wealthy neighborhoods. Then, at night, he quietly returns to check which flyers remain untouched. A clue that the residents are out of town. And just like that, he breaks in. No force, no damage, just quiet entry into an empty world. Tae-suk is a squatter, but not a criminal. Once inside, he showers, eats a little food, listens to music, or watches TV. But unlike a thief, he never takes anything. In fact, he gives. He does their laundry, fixes broken appliances, mends picture frames, waters the plants. Then he leaves, as if he was never there. One day, he enters a large, seemingly empty house. The doors are unlocked. Everything feels just like the others, pristine, wealthy, silent. He settles in for the night, but something's off. In the shadows, watching him, is Sunwa, the woman of the house. She's been there the whole time, motionless, broken, covered in bruises. Tae-suk doesn't see her at first, but as he explores the home, he notices signs. Half-eaten food, a presence. And then, finally, their eyes meet. She doesn't scream, she doesn't speak, just stares at him, and he stares back. We quickly learn that Sunwa is trapped in an abusive marriage to a powerful, arrogant man. One who beats her, controls her, and silences her voice. Tae-suk doesn't need to ask. The bruises say it all. After noticing Sunwa, Tae-suk exits the house. On the highway, Tae-suk rethinks of Sunwa's condition and head back to the house for more investigations. Later that day, her husband comes home, loud, angry, arrogant. He yells, try to force her, blames her for something petty. And just when he tried to kiss and intimate with her by force, Tae-suk swings the golf loudly to distract the husband. When the husband tried to call the police, silently, fiercely, he swings a 3-iron golf club, the same one he had been practicing with earlier. It's brutal, but not deadly. Sunwa watches, shocked. And when it's over, she doesn't hesitate. She packs a bag and follows Tae-suk out the door. Now, the two begin a wordless journey together, moving from one empty home to the next, always living in the shadows of other people's lives. There's no dialogue between them, but the bond grows with every stolen night, every shared meal, every quiet moment. In one house, they bathe together, not romantically, but comfortably, intimately. In another, they dress in the clothes of a happy couple, mimicking wedding portraits in front of someone else's framed photos. It's strange, but tender. One evening, Tae-suk was playing golf as usual while sitting by his side. She stands in front of the ball direction which Tae-suk swings. She means to stop him, but Tae-suk swings hardly that it hit an incoming car. The women inside bleeds. Tae-suk sees and regret of his doing while Sunwa comfort him. Their love doesn't bloom like in typical romance films. It blossoms silently, organically, through trust, through presence. One day, they enter a small apartment. A tragic scene. An old man has died, slumped on the floor. Tae-suk doesn't panic. They clean the body and gently covers the body, buried it properly, and the couple sleeps at the house. But this becomes their mistakes. The next day, the old man's son and wife suddenly came home while Tae-suk and Sunwa eats. They look at each other, confused. The son locked the door and called the police. They're arrested. The story, of course, sounds unbelievable. A man who breaks into homes just to live peacefully, clean, and leave? A woman who left her husband to wander with a stranger she barely knows? No one believes them. Tae-suk is thrown in jail. But Sunwa, the officer, called her husband and she's back to her abusive husband. The husband was so enraged that he bribed the officer. In return, he swings golf ball to Tae-suk in revenge. Then Tae-suk is sent to jail with a bunch of mental people. There he play golf usually like before, but this time with no ball or clubs. The prison guard constantly lays eyes on him, mock him and beat him, but he show no retaliation. Instead, he smile back. Then he disappears, not physically but spiritually. He learned a technique like a shadow, started hiding in plain sight, positioning his body in ways that security guard can't see, moving silently behind guards, standing in shadows. Eventually, he becomes a phantom, walking the prison undetected. It's like he's mastered invisibility. And on the outside, Sunwa is back in her prison too, trapped again with her violent husband. She lives lifelessly, performing her duties, smiling when ordered to, fading into her old pain. While Tae-suk was in prison, Sunwa visited the place where she and Tae-suk share their first kiss, laying peacefully while the owner is confused. Cut to the scene inside the prison cell. Tae-suk swiftly hid behind the guard while the guard looks only at clothes on the floor. He took out the guard and escaped. While on the loose, he moved like a spirit. He swings and hit the police officer with an iron golf ball. While he was on a dark alley, and in the final act of the film, he returns to her, like a ghost passing through the house. The camera lingers. Is he real? Is he a spirit? He appears behind her silently, mimicking the husband's actions so perfectly that it's impossible to tell who's who. There's no confrontation, no rescue scene, just stillness and peace. In the last scene, we see Tae-suk and Sunhwa together, weighing themselves on a scale, balancing perfectly. It's surreal, dreamlike, as if reality and illusion are merging into one. The film closes with a quiet, powerful message. It's hard to tell whether the world we live in is a reality or a dream. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more movies recaps like this.